They feel deeply, and that's what creates that vibration in the throat, you know. So Nine of Wands being the bottom of the deck, I see some therapy, healing, and just understanding and realizing that LA might not be the best place for her. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. My name is Hallie. So grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. So I'm wrapping up 2024 predictions. The middle of the year I do half year predictions, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is my last few that I'm doing. I might do a live where I do updates. In fact, next week we're going to start doing lives again. My life has calmed down because I did move and I had to go to the emergency last week, all that kind of stuff. So long story short, stay tuned for more 2024, but this is the last roundup. Let me know if you want to know more or hear more about it. If you are interested in becoming a member, check out the membership tab. Many great benefits, including early access to videos, special requests, and so forth. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm doing Demi Lovato 2024 prediction. When I record this, which is January 17th, 2024, she goes by she. You know, formerly she went by they, so I'm going to refer to her in this reading as she. Yeah, so let's get into this reading. When I was shuffling the cards, I got like an image of her with short hair. She might have short hair again. I think Demi Lovato is one of the prettiest faces I've ever seen, and I love when a lot of Leos have this characteristic. I don't know if you guys have seen that. My grandfather was a Leo. He had a very strong chin. It's like a dimple in the chin. It's really, I love it so much. I think it's such an attractive quality when people have that dimple in the chin. Yeah, so I think it's such a beautiful face. And I love her voice. I think she's very, very talented. That being said, I just want to start on a positive note, you know. So I got like short hair. In fact, okay, so when I start to shuffle the cards, I often put on healing music and affirmations, and I had to switch it off to reveal the message. So I really think that there's a lot of noise around her that she wants to get away from, and it's very interesting because as I did that, I pulled 10 of Wands. So her overall energy is that she's moving. I think Hollywood, LA, might be too much for her, and she might be moving to New York or East Coast. I get East Coast because I wanted to say New York. I strongly feel, I've told you guys this before, if you watch my videos, I still live in LA, and it was just way too chaotic for me. Even though I'm from New York, I lived in New York for 12 years. Well, more than 12 years. But in New York, there's a lot of noise, and I haven't lived there for a while, so maybe it's all relative, you know. But in New York, there's a lot of noise, but you can still like... the chaos doesn't come to your home, you know. But I feel like with Hollywood, especially I'm sure being a celebrity, because I've dated too, that it just, I feel like it might be overwhelming dealing with that energy constantly, consistently. So that's why I get her moving 10 of Wands. And I also feel like in New York, people don't really care about celebrities. Like I met so many in New York, so many, and they take the subway, you know, and that's what I love about it. Everybody's humble. I'm going to stop gushing about it. So 7 of Wands, Queen of Swords, and 5 of Cups. So it's going to be hard to leave. I think that the main reason she's leaving is to do with love, and we'll get into the love reading. I think that it might be hard for her to focus, and I can relate. It might be hard for her to focus in a city where she was in a relationship for a long time because I think she might have memories. You know, she's very, I wouldn't say she's sensitive, but I think she's definitely got empath abilities and feels very deeply, you know. And I think a lot of artists, especially singers with strong vocals, they feel deeply and that's what creates that vibration in the throat, you know. So 9 of Wands being the bottom of the deck, I see some therapy, healing, and just understanding and realizing that LA might not be the best place for her. So let's get into career. Actually, let me do that. Let's get into career, and then last we'll do love. By the way, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot for this reading. Okay, so wow, you see, so I get like she might even be working with Tori Kelly on this album. Tori Kelly did Dear No One, This Is Your Love Song. I get like soft rock, soft, sultry, like pop rock, you know, soft guitar, acoustic, that kind of thing. So love, the Lovers, Four of Swords, and Two of Cups. I get like an album that's dreamy, that's like if things had worked out type of thing, you know, that kind of energy. Seven of Swords, and just like admitting I still think about us, I still wonder if things could have worked out, kind of like Taylor Swift's The One, you know, that soft energy. I think the last album she did was very harsh, and it didn't really, I think her voice does well critically when people can hear it and it's not overpowered by music, you know. And I think that's I haven't read any reviews, but I think that's the general consensus energetically that I get, you know. So the bottom of the deck being Knight of Swords, she's going to talk about how like sometimes I'd walk past your house, and you know, I would go past, like have memories, and who hasn't done that about exes, and like see photos and just be reminded of where we were, and just like I wandered on your social media page and just thought about you, that kind of soft stuff. So I see that coming up. I get April. I always say this time is fluid, so it might change, but that's the energy that I get. April 2024, I'm going to get the beginning of an album that speaks about her ex. Okay, so now let's talk about love, because I saw her wanting to leave, and I wonder who this ex is. Is that brunette guy? I definitely see strong feelings for this ex, and I think he really did a number on her. Let's see. The one she was engaged to. I get 2 years, so it might have been 2 years ago. They were together for 2 years, but I strongly get 2 years. I'm sure you guys would know, so if you can let me know in the comment section. Does this person's name start with an L? I get L. Okay, so let's see. Okay, their last name I saw with an L. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and 8 of Cups. So I see here that there is someone in her vicinity that's older, but she's not quite ready to be with them yet, and she knows that, you know. And I feel like it's such a smart thing to do, you know. Lots of people will jump from relationship to relationship, and I definitely used to be like that, but as I got older I realized, and Demi and I are the same age, I think. Yeah, I think we're the same age. As I got older, I realized that jumping from relationship to relationship was just creating the same problem. And I was the common denominator, and I had to take accountability. So that's when I went to therapy. I think that's why she hasn't dated yet, because she realized that the same thread of problems have been happening in her relationship. She's falling for people that take advantage of her and so forth. And I think it's related to her dad. Actually, that reminds me, when I was shuffling the cards, I got like images of her with her dad when she was very young. Get like photos. I think she looks at photos, and it's so sad, you know. Addiction is horrible, you know, and I wish as a society we handled it better. It just like, I get emotional when I talk about it, because I know people that are close to me that have suffered from addiction. You know, I have had exes suffer from addiction, And as a whole, I just think that we don't approach it the right way, and oftentimes people lose their lives because we haven't approached the situation in the best way possible. So I think that happened in her situation with her dad, you know? And I think she keeps looking back at like memories with them and seeing a common thread of how her relationships haven't worked out because of her relationship with her dad. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and I think we can all relate to that. And I was talking to my friend, and I was like, I used to have self-sabotage. I used to self-sabotage myself a lot, especially in relationships. And I think, well, my theory and my therapist's theory was because I didn't feel, because my parents got divorced when I was young, and I felt kind of isolated, and lots of children blame themselves. That blame caused me to continually create problems so that I would be the blame. What we manifest, what we think about persists, I'm paraphrasing that phrase. I'm not saying everything that happens to us is our fault, but we do take some responsibility in certain situations. And I can see that with her here, is that she's taking the high route and of being like, you know what, I did this because she's very self-aware. And I love that about her. Very, very self-aware. I'm not crazy about some of her behavior, but I do want to give her the benefit of the doubt because I believe she is trying. And I think sometimes we can look at people's behavior. I don't like what she did with the yogurt store. If you don't know about that, it's not worth addressing. But I'm not here to blow smoke up anybody's hoo-ha, I just appreciate when people take accountability and they look at patterns, in yogic scriptures. They talk about sanskars, like patterns create our lives. And if you can look at relationship patterns, it solves a lot of your problems. A lot. Speaking from experience. So that's what she's doing. So with Page of Swords, she's, like I said, learning a lot about herself, growing, healing, 4 Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And I believe this person is going to save her money. I think it's like an accountant. Somebody behind the scenes, like an accountant or manager. I did do a video about her separating from Scott Braun on the management front. So I think this person's coming in new and they want to kind of like manage her. Something to do with either manager or lawyer, something like that. So with Knight of Cups, Temperance, and 6 of Cups. By the way, I really think this Scooter Braun thing is going to come out soon, and we'll see more of that later. So Knight of Wands, Temperance, and 6 of Cups. So this person might be Sagittarius. She is Sun and Leo. This person definitely might be Sun and Sagittarius. And this person's giving her advice. Like, take this, take that. Just subtle things to help her. So the Queen of Cups is helping her mature a lot. And the Lovers, look at that. And over time, she's going to be open to this person. So it's going to take a bit of time, I don't think this person physically looks like who she's dated before. And that's kind of like, and I don't know. I feel like I don't necessarily have a type. I have different types. But I think when you have a type, and she I can tell. I don't really know her exes like that. I just know women with drama. But energetically, I can tell she has a type. And she has difficulty falling outside of that type. And when you do have a type like that, when somebody that's not your type comes along, it's hard to be open to them. But a friend of mine told me this a long time ago, because I used to date 2 of my exes were very similar, like back to back. And she said to me, if you keep dating the same kind of person and it's not working out, that means that you need to go outside of your realm and date differently. And I was like, yeah, that is very true, So that might apply to her here. In fact, I think it strongly applies. So that's what I have for you all. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. I love to have to say, please be respectful. Take care.